The 117th edition of the Vermilion Fair is back next week, running from July 27th to the 29th. And now the Vermilion Ag Society President Justin Clark joins me now. Justin, how exciting is it to have the fair back again this year?
We were back last year with our moving forward theme, and that was very much, we kind of joke within our membership. We almost forgot what was going on during the COVID years. We always had our fireworks, but this year we've shaken off some of the dust and the rust, if you will, and we're ready to make things bust. So we got a whole new crew of people in a lot of cases, definitely some returning to keep things legacies going forward. So we're very pumped as always. There's hundreds of hours of volunteer works that's already gone into this, so it's so appreciative of those groups.
Yeah, it's great to see this coming together nicely. Now, everything starts on Thursday, the 27th, with a pancake breakfast. What else is planned for that day?
Yeah, so the pancake breakfast, I believe the town is actually hosting a lot of that, and that's I think is worth shouting out. This is more than just a society; it's truly a community as a whole, right? So as far as the Thursday, of course, starts off with the parade. I think we have some mutton busting going on that day. We have a variety of things that are returning and returning in a new way this year. So it's a little bit of a faux pas, if you will, where we don't necessarily want to say everything that new that's happening because a lot of it is still working. There's volunteers hard at work. It may evolve. So I don't want to necessarily pigeonhole us in those factors. But um, we're very excited to have a lot of returning events, and we're trying to put a new spin into some existing ones as well.
No, I know there's a lot planned for each day, and we have some of the events on our screen now, and a full list can be found on the Ag Society Facebook page, but I know everything wraps up with an evening fireworks show.
Absolutely, yeah. Saturday is always a big night. We have our grandstand show, we have the fireworks. And all 3 days, of course, we have the Old Max Barn, we have our Midway, the showcase stage, entertainment at the grandstand, Machinery Row, and actually returning this year that took a hiatus last year due to honestly a lack of volunteers, but is returning this year, so we're very happy is our exhibitor hall. So people will be able to enter in our work and their pastries and all the good things that come with the exhibitor hall here again.
And something I know that is new this year is a lawnmower racing, so tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that we're not putting footage in. If you're interested in the event at all, please feel free to register. It's a go as far as we know at this point. It can have some weather dependencies and all of those things, but absolutely, we've had a lot more racing coming this year. We're really excited to see people take that up and participate in it and watch. I think it'll be really exciting to watch.
Are you guys still in need of any volunteers?
We're always looking for volunteers, 100%. We can never have too many people, and I'm really happy to say that generally speaking, the community and surrounding areas really always step up. We do maybe an event to highlight in the upcoming future years our work bee on Saturday. So that's really helping us officially get things set up. There's always work after that, but our work bee is always a really big community volunteer push. And so I really want to highlight that, as well as actually the takedown. It's kind of the unsung heroes show up on takedown day. If anybody's free the Sunday following the fair, you'll find a very dedicated group of volunteers who are probably up to the wee hours in the morning, making sure his work and get up again and start taking it all down. So if anybody has time and the ability, we'd love to see you on Sunday as well as Saturday, this Saturday coming up.
As I mentioned, your Facebook page has lots of updates continuously going through to let people know what's going on.
Yeah, we try to keep our social media fairly current with any updates or anything if something needs to pivot. But I think the thing that's the most important to shout out here right now are the volunteers that have been on the grounds basically more than a month. We start planning the next year's fair 2 days after, probably the day of the last day of this fair. So the hundreds of hours of volunteer hours put in. Some new highlights this year will include, we've done some updates to some of our barns. There's been hundreds of hours and they look incredible. So a true shout out to those teams. And we're actually doing some updates to our track. A lot of Joe public might not see it, but we're working on the actual dirt work of the track to better facilitate our existing events and to probably bring in some new ones. We're working with some very important people who know what they're doing with this stuff. And so we're trying to open up ourselves to a new demographic as well.
All right, Justin, that's great to hear. It seems like there's so much planned and hopefully the weather works out.
We're very excited and we welcome everybody down. Gate fees are the same as they've always been, $10 a day, 20 for all three. And the wristbands with West Coast Amusements is $40 for the day, the ride pass. We're really excited to help welcome people in that way. And again, if anybody has need or the urge to volunteer, there's everywhere from committee heads to gate entrances. So you don't have to necessarily commit a large portion of your life. It can be a couple, 3-4 hours of your day or whatever you see fit. We have the need, so please feel free to pop up.